Hi guys, so the psychodrama unfortunately will continue for some time, and because Boris Johnson in his resignation letter leaves the door open for his return, his supporters both inside and outside the party will push for the clown to be back in number 10. However, some are not just upset with what they see as the dear leader being pushed out by Rishi Sunak, but are also under the impression that the Tories are too left-wing. GB News, who like to push this stuff, interviewed two members of the public who demonstrated a lack of understanding of it, probably because they get their information from the channel. Have a listen.
I feel that what Britain needs, as they voted in 2019, are more conservative values, which the Tories don't seem to be delivering. They seem to be slightly right of left, very left-wing.
What? Okay, isn't it interesting, this guy's accent? Maybe he's an immigrant, I don't know. I don't have anything against that. But the Tories certainly do. They don't like immigrants for some reason. What is he talking about here? Very left-wing. Slightly right of very left-wing. The Stop the Boats policy, is that a left-wing policy? These measures to crack down on protest, is that a left-wing policy? I wish the GB News host here or reporter would have actually asked for some examples, but unfortunately we don't get any of that.
In their outlook, and I would like to see Nigel get back and put his name behind the Reform Party as he did with Brexit and UKIP.
Oh no, please stop with Nigel Farage. Please stop with Nigel Farage. He's a charlatan. Look, Boris Johnson was Prime Minister for a number of years. Was that not enough? Was it not enough to have a charlatan in number 10? You want to have another charlatan?
And hopefully also maybe toss that question at Jacob Rees-Mogg and even Boris, and we could see something come back that would bring the red wall back from going totally tipping over to the left.
Interesting.
What? So is it some sort of pact between Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson and Nigel Farage? Is this what he's talking about? In order to stop the red wall flipping back to Labour? Do you understand why there's the risk of the red wall flipping back to Labour? Because they were lied to. They were told by people like Boris Johnson, we'll get Brexit done. And we're still talking about Brexit. They were promised 40 new hospitals. These hospitals haven't arrived. They were promised that the North would be levelled up. That hasn't happened. They're facing a cost of living crisis. They're seeing the NHS on its knees. Like, even racists and bigots in the red wall are like going, I'm a racist and a bigot, but I don't like waiting for, months for a medical appointment or waiting hours for an ambulance.
Could they all join forces? Big questions there. Emma, we were talking earlier and you had a question perhaps for the Labour Party side of things, for Barry Gardner.
Yes, I was sort of thinking in terms of Angela Rayner's vitriolic response to Boris Johnson's resignation, in terms of, certain people shouldn't be allowed near politics. Now, does that not kind of put a toxic message out that politics isn't fair for everybody? Depending on your class background.
That wasn't what Angela Rayner was talking about. Angela Rayner was criticising Boris Johnson for being a coward because instead of facing the committee and its result, he ran away. This is what she meant by people like Boris Johnson shouldn't be anywhere near politics, because he's a coward. I don't know what end of the stick this woman got, but this is what Angela Rayner was talking about. Boris Johnson is a liar and a charlatan. He was confronted with his lies, and instead of facing the music and even going and fighting the by-election, he ran away. He knew that he was going to lose the by-election, but in order to save face, he ran away. And now there's a by-election where he will not be standing, and somebody else will have to fight it on his behalf. Not on his behalf, but on behalf of the Conservative Party. She called him a coward. She said that I don't know if she specifically called him a liar, but we all know he's a liar. Everyone knows Boris Johnson's a liar. Even his supporters believe he's a liar, but they just don't care. Because they see him as getting Brexit done. Doesn't matter if he lies, as long as he keeps, it didn't matter that he lied in 2019. It was about keeping Jeremy Corbyn out. It doesn't matter if he lied about Brexit, it was about getting it over the line. They don't care about his lies. And Angela Rayner was calling that out. But the main point Angela Rayner was making was that Boris Johnson refused to take his punishment. He ran away. He's a coward. But unfortunately, GB News won't point that out. They'll say, well, let's get ready for Boris to make a comeback. Let's promote people like Jacob Rees-Mogg, who promote Boris Johnson, who promote a narrative that, you know, he was stabbed in the back, that he was, that there are traitors within government and within the civil service trying to bring down Brexit and bring down Boris. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.